My name's Richard Rex, tend to be called Rich, and I'm 44 now.
And where are you from, Rich?
I'm from Hull in East Yorkshire.
Hull, yes.
And I'd started running 2012. It was basically a
Right,
fundraising
okay. Yeah.
exercise because there was a little girl at my boys' school that was diagnosed with an inoperable cancer, so I kind of wanted to do something.
Yeah, do something.
And
yeah.
it's very difficult to know what to do, and her family had wanted to raise some money to do some kind of life changing activities, you know, while I still had time, doing the Santa Lapland trip and stuff like that. So I just started running and entered a couple of 10k races just to see what it was like, and as a result of that I entered my first marathon.
So you obviously enjoyed it then?
Which, well, I quite often say I enjoy every run after it's over, because sometimes during it is horrible. So I ran my first marathon, 3 or 4 half marathons and a few 10k's in that first year, and kind of raised £1,000 for the charity. And
fantastic.
Off the back of doing that, I kind of got a bit of a love for running as well.
Yeah.
So at that point, I joined my local running club and then started to take it a little bit more seriously. And then I did a bit more fundraising for the same thing the year after. But I think up until then, you know, I really not really been very active in my life at all. So it was really, really good.
This is the first, first sort of serious activity, so to speak.
Yeah, I didn't really start until I was 41, 42 or something like that. So, you know, and I was very, very lucky in my second year of running to get a London Marathon place.
Yeah.
So I got to go down to London, and I think that's when I really thought I like this marathon thing when it's over.
So how many have you done so far, roughly?
In my first 2.5 years of running, I did 3 marathons. So and in the last 6-7 months, I've done another 16. So as a result of being asked and invited to take part in the 10 in 10, I've really ramped up my marathons. Just so I wanted to learn how to become a marathon runner, so that I know what to expect when it hits me, because it does hit you every time that you run a marathon.
No, you are a marathon runner.
Yeah, I think so now.
I think you've earned your spares, as it were. But I mean, that sort of begs the question then, why 10 in 10? You know, why 10 marathons in 10 days?
One of the things that happened to me earlier last year now is since I joined the running club, I'd mixed with people a lot of time. It was all about getting better and faster. And I kind of lost sight a bit of why I kind of the enjoyment of running. And I ran a marathon in Manchester, and then thought I don't want to waste all that training I've done. So I came up here to Brythay and ran the marathon in May last year. Yeah. And whilst applying for that, I became aware of what the 10 in 10 challenge is, and also what the trust do. Yeah. And when I drove up on the Saturday before the race, when I was driving up the road into Brythay, I could see some of the 10 in 10 guys, and it just kind of, I don't know, it just seemed to click with me. Yeah. You know, I was quite inspired and amazed that somebody could do that sort of thing, because I'd been from the group that you do 2 marathons a year and that's it, and you train 6 months for it. And to see people doing 10 in 10 days, I just thought, how is that possible? And then just being here for that couple of days and talking to people, and then running around doing the marathon and seeing some of those guys and talking to them on the way around, I think I knew as soon as I left that could be something that I really wanted to have a go at.
You were hooked.
You know, and I think when you look at some of the work that the Trust does as well, it resonates with probably a lot of people about the struggle that they had growing up. You know, and I'm the same. You know, we all had challenges. I had my own challenges when I was young, and I'd probably, you know, I'd have loved to have somebody that was able to help me in the way that the Trust does. So,
then, I mean, just elaborate a little bit more about the you know, why the Brythay work resonates with you.
I just think people get written off in life, particularly with so much media around and social media, and everybody can have an opinion without necessarily knowing the facts about people, and it's very easy to write people off. And I think it's so important to, you know, a lot of these kids and young adults, they just need a chance. They just need to be, you know, not be shown to be, but, you know, there's a whole world out there. Yeah. You can do anything you want, but you just need the choices. And, you know, sometimes you get funneled off into a direction where the choices diminish. And I just think the trust, that they just need to get hold of people at such a formative age, and say, look, it doesn't have to be like this. This is what you can do. You can do this, and you can do the other. And to see how some of the testimonies of what's happened to people. I was stuck on my own really when I was younger, and I just kind of struggled through. At the age where I probably needed people to help me, there was only me.
Yeah.
And I said I've cried out for somebody to help. So it's
yeah.
I kind of got
yeah. So there's two bits to this really for you, isn't there? Yeah, quite strongly. Brilliant. I mean, and what do your friends and family think when you tell them you're doing this ridiculous challenge?
Everybody thinks I was absolutely crackers.
Yeah.
I think it's people in the running community that I knew in my running club thought I was crackers, but could kind of understand the running challenge kind of it. But they kind of, no, you're absolutely mad. Why would you want to do something like that? My wife thought I was absolutely crackers, but instantly said, if this is what you want to do, I'm behind you 100%.
And have you got kids?
And let's go. I've got a little boy, William, who's 7.
Yeah. What does he say?
He's kind of a bit ambivalent towards
it
all, really.
At the moment.
It certainly in some of the training I've done and some of the races I kind of come home and say, look, there's a medal that I've won, and he just kind of goes, great, are you going to put it with the other ones?
Yes.
But to me, it's just kind of every Sunday, Dad disappears for 3 or 4 hours, and then comes back later on. But I think probably I'd like to think that he's quite proud. But hopefully in May when he's up here, you can certainly see what it's all about.
Yeah.
But most people, I think they just can't get their head around what it is, particularly non-running people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can understand that.
A lot of people can't comprehend what a marathon is, let alone 262 miles. I don't want to think about it.
No, absolutely. All right, we'll move on then.
Yeah.
How's the fundraising been going?
The fundraising has gone really, really well. I've been a bit humbled really by the generosity of people, particularly people that I don't know very well, that have made some fantastic contributions, and I reached my initial fundraising target last week.
Oh, excellent.
So I'm over the £3,000 now.
Why do you think people are responding in that way? I mean, what is it?
I think maybe you kind of sell it in different ways, and I feel like I'm approaching different people with a different story. With the running community, it's about the running challenge, and certainly as I've started to take part in marathons and meet people, particularly people that have done this thing before, and there's a bit of respect starting to be earned, I think, and people know how difficult this thing is, and what it's about, and how much of an emotional and physical challenge it is. That I think that triggers some of it, and my personal story. I'd grown up in a single parent family and all those sort of things probably resonates with. There's a link with other people. And I'm quite persistent. I just keep asking.
Yeah.
I just keep asking and asking. And I've had a few raffles and such things. Race raffles where race organisers have been incredibly generous in offering me free entries to races, and that really links in with my running friends because they think, well, yes, I want to support you, but if I can get something for it as well, so it's gone really, really, really well.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
So it takes a little bit of pressure off to know that I've reached the minimum, but it's not stopping there. It's every pound that I can get from now until May and beyond.
Yeah.
So
no,
keep going.
It's really good that, because I mean, I have to say, quite a lot of people find that raising the money almost maybe not as big a challenge, but almost as challenging, let's say, as anything else. If you know what I mean.
And so I think for me that was initially that was the part that would daunted me the most, because it's kind of out of my control.
Yeah, yeah.
Training, learning how to be a marathon runner, learning, get myself in the physical shape and getting through the event. That's all me. That's what I have to do. But the fundraising, the money, it's got to come from everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's not in my control. So I've just got to try and persuade people. So they've been so generous.
Yeah, well, good on you. Obviously selling it in the right way, as it were. But that's brilliant. And looking forward to May, just sort of looking, what are you most looking forward to?
I just want to run. I just want to run. I just, I've seen from the outside looking in what can happen to people while this goes on, and I just want to be part of that very special family.
Yeah.
And I want to run well, and for me, it's probably come at a time of my life when you start looking around thinking, right, I'm mid-40s, where am I going to go, what am I going to do, where am I going in my life, and it's kind of one of those, some people are going to do a skydive or those sort of things, but for me, it's a big challenge, a huge thing for me to do, through not having a lot of running experience. Yes. So it's kind of a defining moment for me, but I just want to make everybody proud.
Yeah.
And I want to do a good job and raise as much money as I can. But I just want to get here. I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know there will be lots of times when I'm not enjoying it very much at all.
Yeah. Well, it comes with the territory, doesn't it?
And I think a lot of the training is getting your head right, so that when it is not very nice, you can kind of crack on. But
you work your way through it. What about the sort of the other side? What are you worried about, so to speak?
I probably have the same worries as the other guys, that I don't want to get injured.
Yeah.
Particularly not whilst the event's happening, to an extent where I can't run anymore. I think that's the big fear for me. But so, my focus is to get myself in good shape, but I just want it to go well.
Yeah.
And
well, fingers crossed.
I'm trying to stay positive, so I'm not really thinking about what could go
no, absolutely. Fears. No, I think yeah.
I think to start with, my fear was that I'd struggle to raise the money, but that fear's gone.
Yeah.
So now it's.
But I mean, that happens quite a lot. That though, you could be sort of worried about something, and actually it doesn't turn into reality. Yeah. So it's much better off to be positive. I'm completely with you there. Don't worry about stuff.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
Yeah.
And deal with this stuff that happens as it comes along. Absolutely. Probably the most difficult question, or maybe not. Again, looking forward to the event. If you could sum up how you feel looking forward to it in one word, what word would you choose?
Excitement.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. That's how I interpret nervousness.
No, that's right. So nervously excited. That's one word. Maybe you say it quickly. Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I've had a good 6 or 7 months to think about nothing else. It's already taken over. It's having a huge impact on my life already. So I just let's do it now. Can I do it now? I feel like that. I'm not in the right shape to do it, of course, but I'm excited. I'm properly excited.